nothing more to say if you're a Giants fan. It's bad. It's just bad. I don't care that they haven't had all their players together for only X amount of snaps. It's going from bad to worse for the Giants. Eagles, that was a gut check win, I think, if you're an Eagles fan. I think if you're Jalen Hurts, that's a gut check win, right? Look, I don't expect them to beat Tampa. I don't. But I told you guys this last week, I wasn't going to be shocked if they covered against Carolina, let alone even beat them. I didn't want to touch the game, but I also knew in my heart, as much as I'm a Darnold fan, and I tweeted it out during the game, Darnold's going to have that back-breaking pick. And he had it late. But that's not to take any credit away from the Eagles. Jalen Hurts' numbers on the surface, 22 of 37, $198. He added 30 on the ground. They ran Sanders. They only gave him 11 carries. They ran for close to 100 yards. But this is what you can appreciate from the kid. He never quit, right? He scrambled with his legs. That changed everything. He ran for 2 touchdowns. So when you got a young quarterback that decides, I'm going to take matters in my own hands, you love it. Anytime you're down on the road, double digits, to a good team and you win, you have to credit them for the effort and you have to credit them for their performance. So when Hurts runs for a couple second-half touchdowns, I mean, this was kind of like the goofiness, the ebb and flow of the game, the back and forth, right? And Carolina is up 15-6 going in the locker room. And I'm watching the game and I'm saying, you know what? They should be up 21-3. But when you let a team hang around, it's going to bite you in the tail. And Darnold had his worst game as a Panther. He was picked off 3 times. Slay was all over the place. He was sacked 3 times. They only managed 267 yards against an Eagles defense that allowed 83 points and close to 900 yards in its previous 2 games. And you could only muster up 18 points and 267 yards? I mean, come on. That was a good win by the Philadelphia Eagles. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just doesn't. And now you're 2-3. You snap your 3-game slide. Now you get a bit of a Debbie Downer pill. Goddard's been placed on the reserve COVID-19 list. So right now he's doubtful versus Tampa Bay. And I still think game planning, I don't know how you guys feel, but I still cannot trust Nick Sirianni. The play calling is horrible. It is horrible. You're not going to win in the league with some of these play calls. But I'll give them their credit. They won. Dallas manhandles the Giants, and then Washington, where that defense was supposed to be so vaulted, comes back to earth again. We're 5 weeks into the NFL season, folks. And right now in the NFC East, it's clear the Dallas Cowboys are the best team in the division. The Washington Eagles are 2-3, and the Giants are 1-4. Not much separates those 3 teams. Not a lot. You got one winless team in the NFC, one winless team in the AFC. Jacksonville and the Lions, respectively. All right, just from Johnny Mack, Eagles PS protections are in. Eagles have protected the following practice squad players: Rayvon Clark, John Hightower, Elijah Riley, Noah Tagia. I'm just not a fan of the play calling, and I haven't been. You have to build around this kid's strengths. You have to. And sometimes it's almost like, look, it's so inept. Like the offensive game plan, does he even last a season? I know people are like, stop, he's coached 5 NFL games and Jalen Hurts has had 9. Slow down. Come on, man. It's inept. It's inept. And I don't know what is, like, you guys can text me all you want. I have no idea what's going on with Lane Johnson. And they're still a penalized team. It's ridiculous. they're still a very undisciplined team, and they should catch some grief for that. They should. I mean, that falls on coaching. I'm not going to blame Jalen Hurts for their offensive struggles. It's Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni is more to blame. He's more to blame than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts just put me in position to make some plays, call the right plays. And there were a couple throws that he made that he probably wants back. But again, and I'm talking about Sirianni, his commitment to not running the ball is really impressive when you think about it, because he just refuses to do it. He refuses to run the lousy football. I don't think this team's competing for a playoff spot. I don't believe that. But you want to see him run the ball a little bit, take some pressure off the young quarterback. He doesn't have to do everything. You don't have to play hero ball out there. You just don't. And they're still haunted by dumb penalties. The lack of discipline is astonishing. It really is. All right, I'm getting a lot of texts in on, tweets on Gruden. I posted a couple things on Facebook, got a ton of response. I want to get into them. And I basically said, look, what do you guys, think of the story itself, right? If others are responding to the emails, mocks, laughs,